everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and today we have a sew the look for me to share with you guys, and I'm so excited because these pants are amazing. You've already seen the top last Friday, but these pants are amazing, and I mean, there's so many options. These are such a great, comfortable, easy pair of holiday pants. If you like a good statement pant, you're going to want to make these, is all I'm going to say about this. Okay, but today is Friday, and before we get into the bulk of the video, we have a Feature Friday pattern today for Love Notions, and that is the Compose robe. This is I wear this robe every single day, well, in the cooler months. When I wake up and I'm walking around the house, it's a fantastic pattern. It also featured in my Gifts for Loved Ones video. You can make it in knits and wovens. It's fantastic. $5 today only. Whitney 10 gets you an additional 10% off that sale price. So if you don't have that one yet already, it's a great for gifts. It's great for yourself, you know, whatever you want to do with that. But again, it's only $5 today only. So you may want to go take a look at that if you don't already have it in your pattern catalog. Okay, let's talk about sewing the look. It has been a minute since I've done a sew the look video, and I really like doing these. And when I pulled all the 10 looks for fall that you can kind of make, I was very inspired for a number of reasons to make this look right here. We're going to pop it up because I love that it's tone on tone and but different textures, and I really loved the whole satin pants. And what I really loved about the satin pants was that they're elastic in the back. If you go take a look, these are Max Mara pants. I think they're like $280 or something retail, but they were just elastic in the back, some simple pockets. I mean, they're basically the Bennett pants, except I did do the slit, the Bennett pant, the slit on the side that the Bennett pant actually has you do for something a little different. But it's basically that pant pattern, super quick to make up. And I thought, oh my gosh, these are going to be great for any like holiday activities that we have going on. So any parties, we're going to a live production of A Christmas Carol close to Christmas, you know, so we're going to be at the theater, things like that, or any family events that you're going to be at. Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever holidays that you are celebrating, even New Year's Eve. These are comfortable, but still can be dressed up or down. Satin pants I've seen them just a lot of places. They're kind of everywhere. When we were in New York doing a lot of window shopping and stuff while we were there, saw a ton of different textures, you know, your velvets, your corduroy, your satins, all very much in right now. Leather, anything very textural is very in. And when I found the fluid viscose satin from Mood, I knew I was going back and forth. I did buy 4 yards of that when I bought this olive color, but I was going back what I wanted to make with it. And I got enough, so I've made the pants, and I have enough to buy a slip skirt. So I'm very excited. It's perfect. Perfect. Exactly what I should be doing with this fabric. And it was actually quite lovely to work with, and we'll talk about that more here in a second. All right, so let's talk about the look, and I'll talk about why I picked the patterns I did and the look that I've got going on here. We'll talk about the pants last and different ways that we can wear the satin pants as well. All right, so you guys saw last week that I had recently made the Allie Olson Hive Pullover. Love it. Now, this is different from the inspiration, obviously. It's a little dressier on the inspiration. It's got a more voluminous sleeve, but I did like that higher neckline. I love a good turtleneck, but I am also large busted, so I have to be careful with my turtlenecks. However, when I have a turtleneck that has some skin showing in the front, such as this, I can still get that look of a turtleneck without it becoming too booby. You know, too much broad expanse of chest line, which can easily happen in a turtleneck or a mock turtleneck in my case, whatever it might be. So I wanted to adjust this, and I thought, you know, when I made this Hive Pullover, I was like, oh, this is perfect. It has that kind of look of the inspiration top. You know, it's cropped, it's relaxed, you know, it's got the high neck, but something that fits my own body a little bit better, my own style aesthetic, my own, just the idiosyncrasies of my own figure, which is why we sew, right? It's so that we can take what we see and are inspired by and interpret it best for us. And I think that this ticks all the boxes. Now you will notice, now my greens don't match. They are, I feel like they're tonally the same. They are both warm greens. This just has a little bit more yellow. It's also a difference in texture, I feel like as well. But I love the monochromatic look that you get going in all green, which is very elongating if you are, well, for anybody. So especially if you are short, it's very elongating to do tone on tone, which is also why I really loved this look. So I thought the Hive Pullover just made sense and was perfect for the top. Now, for the bottoms. When I pulled this picture, immediately I thought of the Style Arc Bennett woven pants. I have made this pattern twice before, but it's very similar to the Max Mara. So it's a straight leg pant, flat front, no pockets that are distinguishable, but the Bennetts have, and I think the actual pants have inseam pockets, but the Bennett has inseam pockets. The Bennett also has back patch pockets, but I just omitted those so that I would be closer to the inspiration. You can't see the back of the pants, but there aren't any pockets on the back, but it's elastic in the back, a nice straight leg. Now, the other two times that I've made the Bennett woven pants, I omitted the little side slit that happens there at the bottom of the leg and just sewed that seam all the way to the floor, and that works really, really well. But for these, because, you know, they're kind of slinky and drapey, I thought that it would be a lot of fun to go ahead and put those slits in, and I'm glad I did. I think they're a lot of fun. The fabric was beautiful. All right, so it's a viscose satin, which means it has like a crepe kind of side on, kind of crepey and matte on one side, and then on the other side, it's the shiny satin, which you're seeing here. I love this for a few reasons. Number one, it's much more economical than silk charmeuse, because I would make it very comparable to a rayon version of silk charmeuse, but it's a viscose, so it's a rayon, so it's still breathable. So you're not sweating bullets if you were using a polyester crepe back satin or something along those lines, which would be like the polyester-ish equivalent to like a silk charmeuse kind of. Sometimes that's a little heavier than a silk charmeuse, but you get what I'm saying. This is like the best of both worlds. It's economical, very easy to care for. I threw it into the washing machine, threw it into the dryer. Going forward, I will probably wash it in my washing machine and then let them air dry. And then just hit them with a steamer to drop any of the wrinkles. It's a rayon / viscose, so, you know, if it's crumpled a lot, it does show wrinkles, but I don't feel like it's heavy enough that it's not, you know, it's not like linen where you sit down once and all of a sudden you're really, really rumpled. It's not going to crinkle like that. If you pack it in a suitcase and travel and don't roll it properly, yes, it would show creases. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. It doesn't crinkle when I'm wearing them though, which is wonderful. The pattern features a faux fly, which I did put into these. These just went together really, really quickly. So I feel like I've got a really nice, fancy pair of pants that I'm going to be able to wear in a whole bunch of different ways. Before we get into how we're going to wear it though, working with this fabric. Now it is a viscose, so it is slinkier. However, it was not as slinky. I hate working with polyester slinky fabrics. They just are a nightmare. Silk is my favorite because it behaves the best. Like a silk charmeuse is really not very slinky at all in comparison to its viscose rayon / polyester counterparts. But this is still, I mean, it's still a rayon. You still have to treat it with respect. But basically all that I did was I did interface my pocket openings on the back sides of, on each wrong side of the pocket. I put a little strip of interfacing so that that pocket opening doesn't stretch out. But that's, you know, really all I did. I made the size 12. I did do a full belly, I've done a full belly adjustment to this pattern. I've made this pattern before and I didn't do anything differently. So I made the full belly adjustment and I have shortened the rise by 1/2 inch to fit my body, and then I've shortened the leg by 1 inch. I've said before, proportionately I'm longer on my lower half. I just have a very short torso. I did have to shorten the rise still, and this is the adjustments I do on all style arc pant patterns. But yeah, I didn't do anything differently with this. Now, one thing that I did do, let me take these off the mannequin and I'm going to show you. All right, one thing that I did do to this pattern, you can kind of see the difference in texture on the back here, the wrong side of the fabric, is with my linen pair. So linen grows as you wear it. As your body heats it up, it has a tendency to loosen up because it's a looser weave. Rayon also has a tendency to grow, but because it's a very heavy fiber. So rayon's, viscose, they're the same thing. Has a tendency to drag down just because it's a heavier fiber. And so one thing I did, and I did it after the fact on my linen pair, I did this as I was making them, but I sewed into the crotch curve a piece of 1/4 inch twill tape all the way from, this is the center back seam, all the way around. And then I stopped it right at the base. It's going to be hard to tell because I've got some top stitching in there. Right at the base before I go into my faux fly. And the reason for this is that there's nothing worse than when you're wearing your pants, and this was the issue with the linen pair. This has totally fixed that issue in my linen pair. But as you're wearing them, the crotch starts to get lower and lower, and you feel like you got to hike them up higher and higher until you're wearing your pants up underneath your armpits. I wanted to avoid having to do that, especially because I wanted to wear these in a little fancier settings as well. And I think that's going to work like a real treat. I think that's really going to work. So that is something different that I did to this, that again, I did it after the fact on my linen pair. My cotton pair, I've not had to do that because that fabric holds its shape, and I've just not had to do that for that pair. And it doesn't grow on me, but I was afraid that these would. So I did go ahead and do that, but I think that's going to fix all those issues and keep that crotch from starting to drop as I wear them throughout the day. Okay, one of the things, let's talk about styling these now. One of the things I was listening, I'm way behind on my Everyday Style School podcasts. And when I was cleaning my sewing room recently and putting a whole bunch of fabric away and just getting things reorganized, I was listening to a whole bunch of a backlog, I mean like a year and a half's worth of her podcast. And she was talking about this time last year about she has a pair of statement, she was talking about shopping early for like a special event, like if you had a party, if you had a party or a wedding or something like that. She was talking about shopping appropriately for that. But she was talking about, because of her body shape, she loves a statement pair of pants. Me too. She's an apple, I believe. I'm a rectangle with a large bust line, which can go apple in a lot of ways. So I also love a pair of statement pants because it balances out my upper body. But she was talking about some statement pants that she has, and now I'm trying to remember, were they sequined or something like that, and how she just wore the living daylights out of them last holiday season. And I'm like, yes, that is what I want. A comfortable pair of pants that I can throw on and wear them casually for fun or dress them up. So I have two different ways that I have paired these. So to keep in line with the inspiration picture, they can be easily paired, obviously, with my Hive sweater and worn with tennis shoes, and it's just a very comfortable outfit, and you know, I feel a little bit different. They're fun, but they're still casual, and just a really easy way to wear these. Again, these are elastic back pants. They're so stinking comfortable. But if I were going to be going to the theater, for instance, and wanted to keep kind of with the monochrome look, paired with my Zakopny sweater, also still keeping it tonally similar, and a pair of heels, you've completely changed the outfit, and now you've made them a fancy pair of pants. And you know, you could throw a blazer on over them, and you are good to go for whatever holiday event that you might be attending. They're just a really great, you know, fancy pair of pants. So just by changing up the shoe and what blouse or top you're wearing, these could be just as easily casual pants as they could be fancy pants. And that makes me very happy. I have noticed, and we'll be talking, well, we talked about this a little bit in the winter capsule, but my style is changing just a little bit. And as much as I am a classic aesthetic, but that needs to be more, less office appropriate, like classic. So instead of like maybe wool blazers, knit blazers are for me. Instead of, you know, wool pants, even though I have my Spencer wool pants and they're beautiful and I love them, I just don't pull for them as much. So maybe more like tailored corduroy pants. I do wear my corduroy pants. I wear my jeans a ton, but trying to like lean into that a little bit, just where my style is right now in my life. And anyway, I think that these are going to be a great alternative to jeans, but still a lot of fun and a way for me to dress up, even just like lunch with my friends, like as we're going into the holiday season, doing a few more things with friends and get-togethers and stuff like that. I can still wear them casual, but it's a way to kind of dress those up. I mean, they are in green, which is perfect for the season, but it's also in my color palette, so it's a win-win. Anyway, highly recommend the fabric, highly recommend the pattern, and yeah, I was very excited to get this Sew the Look off my brain and into my wardrobe, which also feels really, really great. Okay, guys, that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you get some sewing in. If you've not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot of exciting and fun things happening next week as we go into Black Friday week, Thanksgiving and all of that. So make sure to tune in for that. And yeah, I hope you guys get some sewing in this weekend. My goal for every weekend from here on out is to try and do a little bit of just creative sewing for myself. Just to help keep my my mental health good, which it's really working right now, and to keep my creative juices flowing, so that hopefully the more I fill my cup, the more I can put out onto the channel and give out to you guys. So I hope you have a good Friday, and I will see you guys again on Tuesday. Bye.